Graduates, this is the 116th commencement that I presided over as University of Florida president, and it's one of my very last commencements. Like you, I too am graduating. And like you, after graduation, there's much I'm going to miss about my years at UF. I'll especially miss these ceremonies. I love being here on this platform with my colleagues and the beautiful blue university seal behind us. I love seeing your regalia and your decorated mortarboards, feeling your joy, and celebrating you and your accomplishments. I'm going to miss by being called by some of you Gator Dad, and on occasion, your Gatorness. It was so fun taking thousands of selfies with you. It was so fun giving students rides on my golf cart, shooting the t-shirt cannon at basketball games, showing up at a journalism class with 42 boxes of Leonardo's pizza, playing April Fool's pranks, and lighting the holiday gator. Class of 2022, I'll never forget you, because besides enjoying my time with you as my last UF graduating class, I cheered you on as you made it through a pandemic, 4 hurricanes and tropical storms that shut down campus, massive construction everywhere, and as you experience Crocs in sport mode, Swifties and Harries, and Noodle the pug, may Noodle rest in peace, and may all your days be Bones days. Looking back on our epic times together, both the difficult and the great times, I now wonder what each of your lives will be like in the future when we are no longer together. I don't know what your lives hold going forward, but I do know what I wish for you. I want you to have it all. My hope is that you will have it all is based on 3 things: faith, love, and kindness. Graduates, faith, love, and kindness are why I have had it all in my 8 years at UF and throughout my life. And they are what I want to pass on to you. First, may you have faith in the midst of an uncertain future. And may you have faith in not just yourself, but in that which is greater than yourself. Some of you are leaping to your first jobs or to graduate school. Some of you are moving to a new place. Some of you aren't sure, or you aren't happy with what's next. And you're maybe a little worried. Even if you have firm plans, you may, like me, be a bit anxious or unsure about your future. I wish for you to approach those uncertainties, that anxiousness, and any setbacks, for there will be setbacks, with the faith that your life has purpose greater than the setbacks and greater than your plans. When I graduated from college, my degree was in electrical engineering. And I decided, though, that I would change direction and become a pastor or a minister. So I went to Chicago to study at a seminary for 3 years and earned my Master of Divinity degree. But then I changed my mind again, decided that I wanted to teach college students. So in 1979, I went back to engineering, stayed another 5 years in pursuit of a doctorate in engineering at the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign. My electrical engineering classes and my work as a teaching assistant were extremely hard because I had forgotten much of what I had learned as a student before I attended seminary. I was leading a senior design lab as a teaching assistant for the very first time, and almost all the students in my senior design class knew much more than me. When I took my qualifying exam that would admit me into the PhD program, I was at the very bottom of those that passed. The next few years were tough, but because I had faith and knew that there was a purpose greater than my difficulties and my setbacks, I persisted and later became a professor in that same department in which I had had such difficulties and challenges as a grad student. I kept the faith. Faith benefits not just individuals, but entire communities. The mission of our university is to change lives through education, research, and service. That mission, that purpose, gives me faith that our university, our Gator community can achieve great things together. In 2015, we established our goal of becoming a top 5 public university, even though UF had never been ranked higher than 14. Together, through persistence and planning, through a purpose greater than ourselves, the university's stature and the stature of every one of our 16 colleges has increased over the past 8 years. And we can claim that we have achieved that goal of being a top 5 public university. If you're unsure, if you are unsure as you prepare to leap, and even if you stumble a bit, I wish for you faith. You may have some rocky days, but you will land on your feet and be ready to sprint. Second, in addition to faith, I want you to have it all through love. Many of you have family members and friends here today or watching online as we celebrate your graduation. The reason that they are watching you graduate is because they care for you and they love you. I had 2 younger brothers. My middle brother, Mark, and I lost our youngest brother, Phil, to COVID last year. That loss has brought Mark and I closer together. And it's reminded Mark and I how much we loved Phil and our parents. My brother Mark sent me the following text message on Tuesday of last week. Quote, "I have a vivid memory of Mom 40 years ago today, sitting at the piano by herself playing and singing, 'He, the pearly gates will open,' with tears coming down her cheeks. Lit a candle on our mantle in memory of Mom, Miss Mom." There were a lot of pianos in our family's home in Miami that my mom would play. Our father repaired and rented pianos. Now, one of the vivid memories that Linda, now my wife, has of first visiting the home of my parents is that there were 27 pianos and an organ packed in that small house. Just last Saturday, Linda and I had been moving out of the Dasburg house here on campus, and we moved one of those pianos that was in my parents' home 40 years ago and which my mom would play. Graduates, I wish for you love, and with love, you will have it all. But there's an important twist to love. Reciprocal love, the kind that exists between a son and his mom, is truly wonderful. But the greatest love, the love that will make the biggest difference in your life, is when you love those that cannot or will not love you back. The love that makes the most difference, including the difference in your own life, is when you love the unlovely, when you love those that you may not even like. Through love, you really can truly have it all. There's faith, that's love. May you have faith and love as you leap. And now I come to my final wish for you, and that is kindness. Kindness is unique in that by being kind, you often help others in ways that you can't see or understand. When I arrived at UF in January of 2015, I received a note from a UF alumna, Sarah Thompson, who I had never met or heard from before. Sarah wrote me, quote, "The reason I wish for you to read this is that I believe everyone should know at some point in their life how their acts of kindness can have a large impact on people's lives." She wrote that in 1979, her father was serving as an active duty enlisted member of the U.S. Air Force. At the same time, he was attending the University of Illinois to pursue a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. He was struggling to complete a senior design course in order to graduate. I was her father's teaching assistant. All I remember about the fall of 1979 is that I was a brand new graduate student in engineering, and having made an abrupt turn in my life after earning a Master of Divinity, I was struggling to pass my own courses, and I was struggling mightily to teach this senior design course, which was so hard because I'd been away from engineering. Sarah wrote, quote, "My father told me how you helped him with this course, and through your help, how he was able to be successful and get the degree. The small act of kindness that you showed my father years ago led to success for him, my family, and myself. I know I would not have the UF education I have today or be able to serve our country through my career in the Army if it were not for people like yourself who planted this seed of knowledge with my father over 35 years ago. Again, I remember only my own struggle from those times, but I'm so glad for Sarah's dad's memories and for Sarah's email that arrived in my inbox in my first month as president. Graduates, not only when starting anew, but in all my life stages, from pastor to PhD to president, and in my relationships, it has been faith, love, and human kindness that has pulled me through and pulled me up.